Guru Kripa Kevalam. Namaste, namaste. Welcome. Welcome everyone to Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Moji Baba ki Jai. All of us can take a moment to send our love and blessings to those in the Sangha and those anywhere in the world actually seem to be suffering from some medical difficulties at the moment, or their close families seem to be suffering from these medical ailments. So let's just take a moment to send our blessings, send all our love. So then now we're going to have a 3-day break. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm happy to answer some questions if there are before the break. So Ambri says, Father, I have 2 questions. What is self-realization? Is it a gradual process of being established in the self? Does Father find it easy to be always as the real self, free from identifications? Second, we see people in the world undergoing severe suffering, living in difficult circumstances. How does consciousness allow extreme suffering in the play and make it a nightmare? So the first question is, what is self-realization? What is liberation? Go with the long answer. There are 2 aspects to that which we call self-realization. The first aspect is the recognition of what is true about you, the recognition of the truth, of your reality, of the self. Self-realization. So first is self-recognition. What is it that I truly am? So all this inquiry, all that we go through in Satsang every day, is so that you can come to this seeing of that which is beyond time and space, that which is the pure self, untouched by any appearance, that which is the source of all appearances, and yet no appearance can harm it in any way, can affect it in any way. That which is your reality, which is beyond all the states, waking, dream, sleep, that which is primal witnessing, all that comes and goes, but it itself is not coming. That which is ever present prior to time is never enhanced nor diminished. It means unchanging. For that we can never say it is not. For everything else we can say it is not. Because everything else comes and goes. But it is not. So all of these various aspects which we speak of in Satsang, and that which is discovered by the grace of the Sadguru, this self, this aspect is called recognition of the self. And it can happen sometimes in a very sudden way. You feel like something happened. Oh, clear. This is what I am. I cannot find this meaning, but this is what I am. Yeah? Or it can be a slow and steady, sober recognition of the unchanging self. This is the first part. And the first part makes it easier, makes the second part easier. Second part is the letting go of that false conditioning, letting go of ideas about ourselves. Why I make this distinction is because many times you could have a clear moment of awakening, of self-recognition, and yet even that adds to your conditioning. Even that can become part of our conditioning where some specialness can come or some feeling of having to hold on to it can come. That is why it is also important to allow all these notions to come and go. So the liberated one is one, I would say, was clear about their reality, was clear about who they really are, and for whom this voice of limitation, this voice of identity, at best has become comedic or laughable. So this is how I would say what is self-realization. Is it a gradual process of being established? Is it a gradual process of being established in the self? It can be, or it can seem very sudden. The first part, the recognition part, for some it can seem like it is sudden, and for some it can seem like it is gradual. But usually the letting go of conditioning part seems to take some time in this play. See, but what is important is to see that the dropping of the conditioning also has to happen now. So we can say certain things which are temporal, which is based on our experience of seeing such beings. But when I say to you, I have to say that we can only drop it now, or that it is already gone now. Right now you are empty of all of this. Yet in your worldly play, the play of the coconut, which is the outer representation of you, it might seem like there was a journey. But what you're finding about yourself is that which is outside of time. So the gradual process or the outward process belongs to just the outer shell, not to your reality. Does Father find it easy to always be as the real self, free from identification? There are two clarifications in this. So when all of you say Father, this Father is not this Ananta. This Father is the Sadguru presence who is using the body of this one to communicate, to share. So Father or Maharaj or Bhagwan or Guruji, it's all referring to that same holy presence. It is not referring to a particular body. So this Father is always free. Ananta is another matter. This is an important distinction. So for Ananta I can say, because I feel like that is what your question was, that he is mostly taking what this voice is saying to be comedy or just allowing it to come and go. There can come a moment once in a while where momentarily it can seem like what the mind is saying has some meaning. But this momentariness is also reducing as time is going along. I have to say this honestly with you, because otherwise what can happen is you can have a sense of 100% idea. But there is nobody who has appeared in this realm who has been 100%, because the conditioning, the design of this realm is so engrossing, it's so immersive that everyone who has come here, be it Krishna or Ram or Jesus, they've always had a few moments here and there where the identification seemed to be real. And that is the same here. Although when I look back at the life of this one, I look back at some amazement sometimes and say, wow, there was a time where this life was seemingly led completely in the oppression of the mind. And it seems like an alien life now, so driven by desire and doership. Now it seems like a completely different life by the grace of my master. That this oppression hardly ever rears its head. So forget about 100%, but you will find that life becomes more and more full of ease and comfort, no matter what the external seeming circumstances might be, because of the oppression of the mind is reduced to such an extent that we start to see that all things are just the grace of the Master himself. Second, we see people in the world undergoing severe suffering, living in difficult circumstances. How does consciousness allow extreme suffering in the play to make it a nightmare? So, like I said, often these days that this is a why question. Why do these things? Why do bad things happen to good people? Why does this happen in consciousness? So, but this why is based on an idea of limitation. Sometimes this answer at a particular stage might seem like it is too strong or it is just not resonating, and that is fine. But this is the way I have to speak it at the moment. That once you clarify what you really are, who you really are, then you will see that in this realm of appearances, all the contrasts are always available about everything. This is the realm of duality. This is the realm of duality, and the opposites are completely here. Once you clarify your true position, then the opposites will not bother you. You will see. Just like we go to see a movie in which there's all kinds of drama, all the opposites are there. And in fact, if only one side was there, it would be very terrible as a movie. You see? Either if the movie is completely oppressive from start to end, it would not be very well liked, or it's completely happy from start to end, it would not be very well liked. That itself shows us that there is something in consciousness that wants to experience the contrast. And it is the same for our life as well. We want to experience the opposites. We don't always want sweet, 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 sweet. We want a change in taste. We don't always want to hear the same music. We want some variety. We want some change in taste. And it is the contrast which makes things very sweet sometimes. So that is one aspect of it. Second aspect of it is that even if you do consider that this world is suffering in this way and it is unfair, what is the best gift you can give to this world? Even if you were to suppose that this world is unfair and it's got a lot of things which should not happen, then even from this limited perspective, what is the best gift that can be given to this world? It is the gift of your own freedom. Why is this the best gift? Because as you are free of this oppressive mind, then God's light, the holy presence, uncontaminated by ego, shines in the world. So all the sages, irrespective of whether their expression was this way or that way, have been the best gift in the world. So satsang is your opportunity to give yourself and the world this gift of your holy presence and to shine this light as you become free of your suffering. As you become free of your suffering, you give light to others to become free of their suffering. These days, when I close my eyes, there is a stream of grace, compassion that is always there, with simple, no effort, a point at which the possibility of the mind going to good or bad is seen. A stream of grace and compassion that is always there, so simple, no effort, yes, a point at which the possibility of the mind going to good or bad is seen. There is a stream of grace and compassion that is always here, no effort, a point at which the possibility of the mind going to good or bad is seen. The mind is always making a judgment, always making a distinction. The mind will always go to these. It will always go to the opposite ends of the spectrum. Always make an interpretation, always make a judgment. The mind can go wherever it likes. You don't have to go with the mind. That is the important thing. As you're seeing that everything is grace, everything is the Master's grace, Guru Kripa Kevalam, then that's all there is. The mind is saying, that's also grace. It's saying, ting, 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 that's also grace. You see? But just because a child is throwing a tantrum doesn't mean that you have to accept all his desires. So the mind is like this tantrum throwing child who wants things, who has decided that this is the way that things should be, which is always in opposition to what is. I was saying the other day, what is just grace. The mind wants to come and value add on top of that. Wants to make a better God. God is God. God is what is. The mind says, but can I have some cherries with that? Can I have some fries with that? Or, oh no, that part is not good. You've made this recipe of the universe. And but if you remove this much salt from it or this much sugar from it, then it will be perfect. I like this metaphor of the ultimate chef who's prepared this life as a dish for itself to taste. But within that dish is also made this reviewer. The reviewer was saying, oh, but there's too much salt, there's too much sugar. Can we have it just right, just this way? And always opposing what is. Because when it becomes that way, then again it starts poking from holes in that. You see, how many times has it happened like this? They said, God, just give me this one relationship. He is perfect for me. She is perfect for me. That's all I'll ever ask for. Promise. Uh, and that relationship comes. Little bit of time, I feel like, oh, too good, too good. Thank you, God. And then soon after, oh, thank you, God, but she's a bit this way. Can you change this about her or change this about him a bit? It's a bit too much like this. And with anything in life, be it money, be it relationship, be it the body, it has been always like this. That we've always, many times we even have got what the mind has been asking for. But how long has it remained satisfied with that? We come to satsang. Let's take a very valid example. We come to satsang to find ourselves, to find God, to find this holy presence. Whatever the terminology you might have used for coming to satsang. And I am showing all of you God every day. You see? All of you got every day. But that same thing. But where's the sugar in this? Where's the salt? Where is this? The same thing happens. The but and yeah, but says, no, 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 but this can't be it. It was too simple. I was expecting more drama, more fireworks. You see? Somebody will say, and now that I have this, and by the way, can you also take care of the money situation? Or can you please take care of basically an idea that I have about how the world should be? So God is here now. You say very beautifully that I see all His grace. All His grace. Also include that which sees it. Okay? Also include that which sees it. Otherwise, we'll get caught up in only what is seen. So that which sees it. Also include that in the oneness as one grace, not a two. That which sees it and that which is seen, both are the one self. Let the mind also be included in that. But you're included in that does not mean that you have to believe what it is saying. Included to the extent of allowed free passage to come and go. Don't serve it tea only means don't give it your belief. Nobody can force God to believe the mind. It's only when you consider yourself an individual entity, then it can seem like it's a task or some effort. So this being that is naturally here is beyond any concept of forcing or effort. Let being be. And who is this instruction for? Being itself. Who is this instruction by? Being itself. Father, is it possible to communicate with the ones who passed away? It is always, nobody has ever really come or passed away. Nobody has ever really come or passed away. It has always been expressions of the same being, appearances of waves on the ocean of the one being. It might seem like the wave was born and it died, but did something actually happen? Never. It has never really happened. So as you communicate now in your heart, entire consciousness is here, faster than any mind can imagine, beyond time and space. Sometimes I say these things and they can sound very simple, like you are beyond time and space. You see? But birth and death are within time and space. You are beyond it. So all of this has just been aspects of your own being, appearing as waves on this ocean. So ones who are here and who passed away, this concept of separation itself dissolves. See that all is one. Even phenomenal science like physics, they're coming to the same conclusion. So what is happening is that they're saying, talking about things like quantum entanglement, where two objects could be close to each other. These are very tiny objects, close to each other, and they start to share some properties. Okay? Then, in an experimental setup, they send them to opposite ends of the universe. Okay? But you change one property in one of those, automatically, in that very moment in time, that other one also changes property. Whereas it could have taken light itself which was the fastest. It would have taken light itself many years to get there. So it shows that at the substratum of this phenomenal universe is one being, which is beyond time and space. All that has ever happened is in this being. All that will ever happen is this being. All the universes which you will taste are in this being. Everything is here. Best to remain with your true insight about what you are, and then allow all these minor insights to come to you organically. Because otherwise I can share like this and some of you might create some concepts about it and start getting on some diversionary tracks about trying to become mediums or something like that. That is not the attempt here. The attempt is to show you that all is one being and all is possible for that being. You see, all has arisen only within that being. It's so beautiful, you know. I was sharing yesterday with someone that it takes less than a moment to leave this universe of time and space. We seem like we are so caught up. It can seem like the mind can say, but we are so caught up in this world of time and space. It takes less than a moment. And first I was saying that, okay, just in that moment where you close your eyes, it is so clear, you have gone, you have left it. You see? Because this realm, where your presence is beyond any time, beyond any space. It is not a physical thing, it is not a phenomenal thing. Where is your existence? That is so clear for you now. It's not in this universe. And then I said, actually, even with eyes open, it is completely clear. Your existence is just here. But this here is not here in space or time. That's why you can always say it. That is why you can always say it, that your existence is always here. You can always say it, because unlike other objects in time and space, which are always coming and going, you can never say it is always here. Your existence always is. Because it itself is the father of time and space, is the mother of time and space. Without you, there never is time, nor space. So you are discovering the source of all of this with no selfishness. You are discovering the source of all of this not for the benefits that coming to the source can give you, but just for the truth itself. As this truth is revealing itself to you, all these mysterious seeming insights about this world, it seems very normal, very normal. Of course, don't try to make a very clear conceptual framework using your mind about any of these things. These things are beyond the mind. So if you give it to them, then only specialness or unworthiness can arise. Don't make concepts out of any of these. Just remain with your truest insights, and all that has to reveal itself to you is going to reveal itself to you. My point about saying all of this is also not so much to give you any ideas or notions about these things. It is just to shake up your concept of reality for a bit. We seem to get caught up in our notion of who we are and what this world is and what time is and what space is. So when I share these ideas with you from my insights, it is truly shakes up our version of the universe and our place in it. Like one of the commonest notions that we have is that I am an object in this universe. So I like to shake this one up a bit quite often. See? And I know many of you struggle with this many times. And I say, you are not an object in this world. At best, the world is an object in you. Something in this which the mind just cannot handle. So it takes you to a deeper quietness that this is just obvious. I'm comfortable to say these things because I know that in your deepest inside, this is already true. So it can be a bit shaky for the mind. And we start to lose our reliance on this minor instrument. What happens with the breath when the body dies? What happens with the breath when we go to sleep at night? See, when everything goes, everything phenomenal goes, you find that which is independent of breath, which does not need prana for its existence, this life force, this primal life energy. It seems like all life is dependent on it. But you are beyond that. You are that from which this comes. Who has given Shakti to Prana Shakti? Who has given power to life force? You are that. Just like who decided that gravity should have this constant? You did, but not personally. Where did light come from? From you. Where is it coming from now? From you. Not from you as body, not from you as mind, but from you as self. That's why I've been asking this very often, isn't it? I first read Bhagwan said something like this. He said, what is the light in which you see the sun? Or even better, what is the light in which the light of the sun exists? It is your very existence. I am. I know we are saying unfathomable things, but unfathomable only to the mind. To the real you, this is just normal audit of your own self. That's why I've been saying that the mind actually has just one trick to convince God that it is a person. And even this design is by God itself. God now. Full stop. And you know what the best news is? That even if you don't full stop, even if there is a but for an animal, God now. There is no escaping it. Because I know what some of you are doing. When you hear something like God now or meow, then when the moment where the me is picked up again, and the suffering comes, ow, ow, then you pick up more meow, saying, I should not have done that. See, I should have just stayed with God now. I should have just. That is more and more meow, meow, meow. You see? So that is why I have to keep reminding you, it is okay. Whatever has happened is okay. God now. It is no point. Why do I do that? Father had told me to stop this and I keep doing it. I must be lost. When will I ever come to this stability? All of this is more and more meow, meow, meow. Yes, if you're hearing me, then just the first part is important. God now. Whatever would have happened is fine. You have not lost any time. Time is a toy for you. Okay? Let go of this idea that I've lost all my time. I've been at this for so long. It's all rubbish. Nothing to you. There is no reason to beat yourself up about anything or feel proud about anything. It's just the simplest truth. Hidden in plain sight, which is why it has seemed so difficult to find. And yet it can seem like, it can't be this. This has always been here. This is what I am. Yes, but now, and I'm very happy also because these days when I say God now or God is here, but I can see that more and more it is becoming a struggle for you to be able to say but something. Earlier when we used to do this exercise, then everybody was so quick to say but, when will, but. Now it's but, then you have to start looking up. That's it. This ability to make yourself play with this game of suffering. Now, to suffer, you need more and more effort, more and more effort. Unless you add the concepts of satsang itself to yourself individually, personally. That's why so often I've been talking about this ocean and coconut. But I've seen over the years how much some of you have suffered because of this idea. I have found the truth. Therefore, now my coconut should only dance like this. God is here now, and you are it. Who is here now? Whether you say God or you say I am, makes no difference to me. For me, it is one. If that add in India was something wrong, something wrong. So God is on, the problem is gone. Both cannot be true. In the depths of all the jnana, from the depths of all the knowledge, we can see this, and from the depths of all the bhakti, all the devotion, we can see this. We see that there is only one being who is beyond all birth and death, beyond all suffering, desire, aversion, beyond all limitation. We see that I am is this being. Or as we feel devoted to His holy presence in our heart, and our head automatically bows down to it. See that God is here now. There is nothing for me to do. So whatever approach we might take to spirituality, we come to this holy surrender, which is the same as the holy recognition. you all so much for being in Satsang today. The Guru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai. Satguru Shri Ananda Ji ki Jai. Guru Kripa Kevalam.